Welcome back to another video. I am Scott. This is a microphone, and this inside here is hopes and dreams. And these are your hopes and dreams, and now I crushed them, and now you have no hopes and dreams. Alright, let's start the video. I'm going to talk about the MacBook Air in 2018 and why Apple still even makes it. This is Scott with Techno Eclipse, and I will see you after the intro. So it's 2018, the MacBook Air came out when Steve Jobs was still alive. There's that iconic photo of him holding it, the thinnest computer at the time, still one of the thinnest computers. I mean, you could probably make the case that it's still one of the thinnest computers around even in 2018. It was a marvel at the time, and it really was the epitome of what Apple was trying to do. The smallest, thinnest, lightest possible computer. Well, that computer came out a really long time ago, and it's 2018 and Apple still sells that computer for $1,000. So why did they do that? Well, when you look at that MacBook Air, I have one back here, it is old looking. It's very thin and light, but it still has the aluminum bezel around. That they haven't had aluminum bezels as an option on a MacBook since 2012, which means that's a 6-year-old design at least. Obviously it's older than that, but it's been dated by at least 6 years. It has a terrible screen. It's got a very, very low resolution. There's a cat who's trying. Nope, Stitchy. It features a 1.8 gigahertz dual-core i5 processor, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 256 gigabytes of storage, this exact model. The base model comes with 128 gigabytes of storage. Bad specs, really underpowered CPU. It has to be downclocked because the design of the laptop does not allow it to cool. And why does Apple still make it in 2018? I think the reason Apple still makes it, in my opinion, is because it's the cheapest MacBook that Apple sells. It's the cheapest Mac computer other than the Mac Mini that Apple sells. And it's the cheapest way to get into the Mac ecosystem, or the Mac part of Apple, when purchasing a new laptop. I think the reason Apple has kept it around is because clearly it's still making the money, obviously, but I think because people are still buying it for some reason in 2018. And Apple is not going to turn down profit. Why would they? They are selling a dated computer with a dated design, and it doesn't make any sense. I have no clue why they're selling it, but they are. And for the people who are buying it, I have no clue why you're buying it. There are more powerful computers that you can buy, obviously that you could buy used, but there are more powerful computers that you can even buy in Apple's lineup for like $200 more. It doesn't make any sense to me. Just to get more power and pretty much the same portability, and you want to just save $200. Like that, when you're spending that much money, you might as well spend the extra $200. You can get a vastly superior computer. All of the processors inside every MacBook Air have always been a dual-core processor. I edited a video on it yesterday in iMovie. Obviously, it was a solid experience. iMovie is really, really well optimized for Macs, which make it really, really easy to operate on even a 7-year-old Mac, like a 2011 MacBook Pro, which is what I'll be using to edit videos for a while. It's really, really easy to edit videos on there because of the simple optimization in macOS with Apple-based apps. Now with Premiere Pro, it might be a different story. So should you buy one in 2018? No. I don't suggest anyone purchase one. The reason I purchased this was because it's $400, and I sold it for $740 yesterday, so I made a nice little profit there. It's the only reason I would ever buy a MacBook Air, is to buy and sell. MacBook Airs, though, are very, very cheap used. You can buy a 2013 MacBook Air for extremely cheap. You can buy even 2014, 2015, 2016, all of those MacBook Airs for pretty cheap. They are cheap originally, but you can get them for a fairly good price, especially in 2018 for a Mac that's not that old. But I just think if you are only concerned with just having a Mac computer that can open emails and occasionally edit like a family video, and occasionally edit like a photo on preview, and basically just watch YouTube, maybe do basic business stuff like run your company from it, it's a viable option. It's just, to me, it's just, why would you sacrifice $200 and get a super, 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 super underpowered computer, where if you just pay $200 more, you could get a much better computer? I don't know. It might just be the tech head in me, but it just, in my opinion, you might as well just spend a little extra money, although that is a slippery slope, because when you spend $200, you might as well just spend $200 more, and then you get a quad-core processor, and then you might as well spend $200 more, then you get a 6, you know what I mean? It's an ongoing, a little bit more, but in my opinion, the MacBook Air is a no-go in 2018. there are a few things that people are going to like about it. And I think some of them are the port selection. It does come with 2 USB type A ports, 1 SD card slot, and a mini display port. So it does have ports, and it does have the magnetic charger that everyone misses so much from the new MacBook Pros. But at the end of the day, it's a dated design, it's a dated computer, it's overpriced for what you get, and everything from Apple is overpriced, but I think the MacBook Air lineup is particularly overpriced. It's just older hardware, older everything. I would just stay away from the MacBook Air, in my opinion, in 2018. If Apple is to refresh them with the new 8th gen chips and maybe give them an update to the screen, so a screen that doesn't look so bad from every single angle other than straight on, it might be a good purchase. But right now in 2018, nothing's upgradable on it. The storage is upgradable, but it's super expensive to get upgraded storage. And I just think you just stay away from this laptop. So those are my thoughts on the MacBook Air 2017 in 2018. Just stay away from it, save yourself some money, and maybe look at just a MacBook Pro base model 2017, or even just a MacBook. It's got a way better screen. It's got a similar processor, similar RAM, similar speed. It has less ports, but USB Type-C, there are a million docks and adapters for them. At this point, it's not a huge deal. I've never thought it was a huge deal, but I would just stay away from the MacBook Air in 2018. It's so old. I can't believe Apple still sells it. It's amazing, but it's not super surprising because they sell a Mac Pro for $3,000 still, and that was designed in 2013, and they sell a Mac Mini from 2014 in 2018. So Apple is not afraid to sell super old hardware for a super high price. But obviously that's just Apple. That's what you get. So let me know your guys' thoughts about a MacBook Air in 2018. Do you own one? What do you use it for? On my way off here, I think this is a pretty simple explanation. It's just a little bit old and a little bit too expensive. Everything's just dated on it. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for sticking around. If you like the video, consider subscribing. If you hate me, make sure you leave a mean comment and subscribe, and then don't forget to unsubscribe, because I would hate to gain your subscription and then you forget to unsubscribe, because then you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. So thank you all for 216 subs. That's crazy. It goes up every day. It's awesome. It's super fun to see and refresh, and I'm just really grateful. So I will see you guys in the next video. This has been a great video. Peace out.